Hi, and welcome to a quick overview of the process that I came up with quite some time ago. But I want to get started real quickly by getting this melting. Essentially I have I'm going to pour two hot glue sticks, so I'm using three cut in half, because obviously there's going to be some that's going to be left in the container, and I'm going to put in about half of a yellow crayon. I'm going to get this started heating so that and I can tell you a little bit more about it as I go while this melts. Some time ago I came up with this process to make any ColorHot glue that you really wanted, and it turned out to be, fairly quick and fairly easy, and the variety of color is just absolutely, it's up to you. It's up to your imagination. And so when I posted the process on my website, I included a slideshow, and since that time I've had several requests for having a short video that kind of explained it a little bit more carefully, or at least as an overview. So essentially that's what this is. All of the information is on the website, complete write-up, all of the parts and pieces, and the correct sizes, and also a slideshow that does step by step, which you'll see here. So if this interests you, then I'll link certainly to my website, which is a free open source, no advertising, whatever. It's just a community website that hopefully helps people. So while this is melting, now you'll notice that I have one already set up, ready to pour, and this is the brass tube, which comes as a 12-inch piece, and it cuts up into 3 4-inch pieces, which is what you'll need. And these are just PVC half-inch tubes, just to keep them from falling over. In fact, I'll try doing one without the holder and see. I've done that before and hadn't had any problems. And this is just a ceramic, old piece of ceramic tile that I had around. So what you need to do is, after you have the brass tubing cut to the 4-inch length, and I use a tubing cutter, but you can use a hacksaw, and just be very careful how you handle the edge so that it doesn't cave in too much. So the way we're going to make these is that I actually start by using a little bit of silicone spray, which is optional, and I just put on a Kleenex and put it on the tube on the outside, just in case I spill some. It's not going to be quite so messy, and it'll come off. So now that the tube is ready to go, so I take a regular old, this is a Sure Bonder, very, very easy to get, very common glue stick, standard size. And again, all these sizes will be clearly indicated in the write-up and on the website. So you take your parchment paper, and the long measurement is in the direction of the curl, and so you essentially just wrap this around. See if we can do this without making too many mistakes. Once you get it started, you're fine. So you just do it as tightly as you can do it. So now that that's completely wrapped in there, That now slips right into the tube. Now if it doesn't fit, you can very easily just shorten that piece, or if it's too sloppy, lengthen that piece of parchment paper. So then you take out the glue stick and you're ready to pour. It's really that simple. Now I'm gonna try and do this without. This is not yet melted, but that's okay. I've got some more things I want to discuss before we do this, before we actually make the pour. So this is the heat is on low. Now the key is this Reynolds parchment paper. It's silicone coated all the way on both sides, so that it becomes the release for the hot glue. Hot glue will not stick to parchment paper under any circumstances. Now if you have a problem, you can make a little funnel. I haven't had any problem pouring right directly into the tops, but if you have a problem, you can make a little silicone funnel like this, and these come from you see these. Oh, these are sold as sets in the hardware store. So I took one of the small ones and just cut it down, and this will fit right over the top. Well, maybe I'll do that. I'll do on one of these, and we'll see how. I made this funnel, but I never use it. Probably the easiest way is, oh, yeah, I've not used it. I've not seen a good reason to do it. I'm not going to do it. The hole is not quite big enough. But you can also use a piece of parchment paper and make a little funnel out of that if you have a problem. So now the one thing that you can do, well, I'm just trying to. Of course, as you know, that hot glue can be fairly unpleasant. You don't want to burn yourself, so be extra careful. I'm gonna stir this up so we start getting the yellow that I want. Now this is like most additive processes. If you want a lighter color, you can very easily add white, and it'll make a more pastel or whatever color you might want to do. So again, all the information is really readily available on the website, and I think that also there's probably 50 or 60 comments of ideas that other people have had and so forth. So this is coming along quite nicely. I'll show you this in just a second. I want to make sure I don't make too much of a mess here. You can see that it's melting. I'm not going to tip it too far. You'll see it when I tip. So as we go through this, hopefully I haven't done too much to make too many mistakes here. But it's just in general, to give you an overview of exactly what the process looks like. And if you have an interest, then obviously go to the website and do the write-up. And I try not to get burned here. And I don't worry too much about ventilation. It's these are used, and everybody has a hot glue gun, and we use this stuff all the time. So I'm thinking that this is probably mixed well enough, and hopefully the viscosity is not too great. So let me try. Well, the color's not as mixed as I would want to do it, but so just go ahead and pour it in. Now you can buy yourself a little bit of time by pre-warming the tube as well. Just be persistent. Okay, that's full. Now I'm going to do one without the backup on it. Be prepared for a little bit of a mess. Now this will solidify as soon as it hits the bottom tile. As you can see, it dripped a little bit on the back of the tube. Oops! I poured a little bit too fast. So this is it's kind of an interesting process. Yeah, you have to decide how it's going to work for you. Like I say, you can get any color you want, which is really perhaps the best part of this whole thing. Okay, that's full. And you can either, what I do is I save the old material, and I'll just mark that. But here's something else that you can do. Use a piece of parchment paper and pour some like that, and you can save it that way as well. Or you can even cast with it, or use some other, have some other potential uses for it. So what I'll do now is I'll take a little break and we'll let those cool, and then I'll extract those and we'll see what we have. So we'll see you in just a couple. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, and I can really say that I've not made this much of a mess since I've been doing this. I guess just doing the video was taking that risk. So you can see now where I spilled it on the back here, where I used the silicone spray, it really pops right off. So it's kind of makes it a little bit easier. So now you just have to pop these guys out of here. And again, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know why that's a little bit tighter than normal. I don't know whether it has cooled off too much, or so then you just unwrap the parchment paper and voila, you have a glue stick. It's about the color I wanted. It's not particularly. It's okay. I'm happy with it. So that's essentially the process. And then this little piece, see, it won't even stick to that. So you might want to consider doing some casting with that. Again, this is with just half of a Crayola crayon with 3 glue sticks. Now, like I say, I've not made this much of a mess. I've never made this much of a mess. But see, that silicone makes a real big difference. So I think that if you have the opportunity to use a little bit of a spray, it might be worthwhile. So that's kind of the overview, and hopefully it will help you. And again, add comments if you wish to. And I hope the process helps. And I hope it's been helpful for you. So head on over to the website. I'll put the link down at the bottom. And hey, thanks an awful lot for watching. This is Ken.